Guides here, everybody, with our down and dirty guide. Today we're going to be looking at how to get some quick honor in gratuitous space battles. I've reset my game here just to prove to you that you can do this without having to have special weapons. Now we'll be doing this method with just cruisers, and I've included their ship designs in a link in the description below. If you're not sure on how to import ships, there's another link in the description on how to import ships into your game. For the most part, the particular builds of the ships and the formation that we're going to be using work so well that we're going to use this setup for almost all the battles that we're going to encounter. Now what we want to do is place our ships in the lower left hand corner of our formation screen. One of the cruiser builds that we have is called anti-fighter. Now that's for when you have little fighter ships on the enemy side. If you see that your enemy doesn't have any fighters, don't bother using the ship. Since we do have some fighters here on this first battle, let's go ahead and put the anti-fighter ship build in the lower left handmost side of the formation screen. Next, grab your missile launcher builds and put them in this formation. And lastly, you're going to use your laser fighter build in this formation, only 2 ships. Now what this formation does is let you progressively deal with the enemy ships in a clumped formation. Enemy ships at the top of the screen will take longer to get to you, letting you deal with them in a more individual manner instead of all at once. You're also going to want to select all your ships and give them 2 additional orders, Cooperative and Vulture. This will make all your ships attack the same targets at once, as well as attack the weakest nearby enemy. You can also tell your anti-fighter ship to focus more on the small fighters before focusing fire on cruisers and frigates. The laser fighters are placed closer up front, otherwise their lasers might not reach the enemy. And the anti-fighter cruiser has short-range lasers, so it would just get pummeled by enemy missiles, especially considering these builds have no engines. This setup should pretty much work for the first 3 battles available on all difficulty settings. You might lose a ship or 2, but that's pretty much the most I've ever lost with this build and formation. One of the battles has no fighters allowed, so the anti-fighter is not needed, and you might be able to get rid of some of the extra ships to get even more honor. You can actually also use this setup in campaign mode, mostly for defending your home planet or any outlying planets where you build ships without engines from. Beating the first 3 battles on all difficulties should net you around 75,000 honor. If you have any games that you'd like guides for, just email me at requests@theguides.com. Otherwise, keep on derping. Nope. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna die. I did. I died.